Hello, all you beautiful people. Wishing you very good morning. And this is Vidisha Vitlani, and I welcome you to Aussie's group. And it's a lovely winter morning, and we are back again. So, what is today's session? So, I have been doing a lot of speaking and a lot of words and a lot of things about other things, but something which I haven't covered since a very long time is the writing task one. Okay, so firstly, tell me one thing that all of you, trust me, when it comes to students, all of you have this habit of ignoring it. Like, firstly, why do you do that? It is a part of your writing component and it needs to be given importance, right? You cannot simply say, okay, I'm going to read the samples, I'm not going to do task one. Doesn't work that way, guys. You really have to make sure that you're on point with it. Okay, so you have to make sure that you're doing that. And secondly, something that is really important is understanding the actual way of doing it. How do you do it? That is something which is more important. So see, firstly, whenever I have to study a writing task, what I do is I teach the format of it. Like any task, be it writing or be it speaking or the entire IELTS, the format holds a majority of the importance. If you guys don't know what the format is, ultimately it's not going to work. So please make sure that you're understanding the format of it. The next portion comes is next step. The step 2 is about reading samples. What I want you to be doing is reading a lot of samples. I'll tell you why. Reading samples is essentially important because if you're not going to be reading the samples, you're not going to be cultivating the way of writing it. For example, in letters, there are different types of letters. Like there is, formal, there's informal, there's semi-formal. Also in the graph, if you're giving an academic thing, there is going to be, your line graph, your bar graph, your pie chart. Okay, so these are different things, and there is a very minor difference in doing it. It's not like all of it has to be done in the same way. So anyways, if you're going through the samples, you will actually understand how to do it. So that is something that's most important. Okay, once you're done reading the samples, what exactly you have to do? You have to start. Yes, you have to start writing. That is important. So for example, if it's a letter, if you are appearing for the general training, then you have 3 types of letters. Okay, so make sure you include all the 3 letters while practicing. So you practice with your formal letter, you practice with your informal letter, you practice with the semi-formal letter. And the next, if you're giving for an academic one, you go for the line graph, you go for the bar graph, you go for the pie graph. Make sure you're writing every type of graph. That is important. Like, that is really important. Okay. After writing, another important thing here is making sure that you are actually getting it evaluated. That is also important. And you have 3 bands on this. Now see, understand. Your essay is 6 bands, your graph is 3 bands. Out of 3 bands, it's very easy to score like 2.5, 2. So why leave out on those marks? Also, psychologically, this is the first thing that an examiner checks. So this holds importance. So please make sure. So this is why I, ranted it about. Make sure you're not ignoring your task 1. I'll quickly explain you the format of the academic task 1 and general. So first I'll start with letter writing. There are 3 types of letters: formal, semi-formal, informal. Formal is when you're writing to your boss or you're writing to somebody for higher authority for some kind of work. So let's say I'm asking my boss for a leave, or let's say I'm writing to a restaurant manager because I have a complaint. I'm writing to a gym manager because I have a request. That's all formal. Informal is exactly the opposite. Informal is when you're writing to a friend or relative. That is informal. And semi-formal is in between. So I know this person, but I'm writing for the purpose of work. So let's say I'm writing a letter to the landlord, or I'm writing the letter to the neighbor because I want them to actually make sure that, like, let's say I have a request to make. Like I'm writing a letter to a landlord because I want a delay in payment. That is a semi-formal letter. Okay, there are 5 paragraphs in it. So every letter is going to have 3 bullet points. So first is going to be the purpose, then each bullet point takes a separate paragraph, then comes the closure, and any depending on the type of the letter, you have to give the opening and closing. That is, dear sir or madam, dear Mr. Shah, or let's go with dear in the first name, dear Vidisha. And then you have the purpose. Purpose is why you are writing this letter. This line is very important because it has only 2 to 3 lines. But again, in this line, it specifies why exactly you're writing the letter. Then comes the 3 bullet points. The 3 bullet points are like, bullet point 1 is paragraph 1, bullet point 2 is paragraph 2, bullet point 3 is paragraph 3. And then comes the closure. Then comes your signing off. That is, yours faithfully, yours sincerely, or warm regards, depending on the type of letter. If you want to know this in detail, there is an in-depth video which is like around 30 minutes long on IELTStutorials.online. Watch it. Entire letter writing is explained there, and it's beautifully explained. Once you look at that video, you don't have to see anything else. You're sorted for the time being. Okay, and then comes the academic. It's introduction. In the introduction, you simply write, you paraphrase the topic. You write the topic in your own words, plus you write a one line of an overview. Then comes 2 body paragraphs in which you're making comparisons, and then comes the conclusion. And this is what you're supposed to do. So introduction plus overview, body 1, body 2. These 2 body paragraphs are going to be making comparisons, and then comes the conclusion. So this is a technical format, a very brief format. I know what you have to do inside is a little bit more in depth than what I'm trying to tell you, but make sure you do that. And again, the marking criteria remains the same. Task achievement, coherence, cohesion, lexical resource, and grammatical range. And accuracy. So task achievement is where you are actually writing all the bullet points, you're covering what is given, you're making relevant comparisons, you're writing minimum word count, you're being very on point, you're being very on focus. Coherence, I know coherence is your paragraphing, your linking structures, your usage of conjunctions, your synchronizations, your clarity. Lexical resources, your vocab, especially for your grabs, you have to make sure that you're varying your vocabs because it's important. And then comes your grammatical range and accuracy, which is again 2 different things. Grammatical range is very, very different from grammatical accuracy. Grammatical range is using simple, compound, complex, active, passive, whereas accuracy is being, on point with your prepositions, your conjunctions. So this is like about how you're going to be judged. That is something. So what I mean to say here is that I understand that writing task 1 is always something that we ignore, or we don't give much importance. But trust me, it is a score changer. It is something which actually changes your score. It is something that will actually just flip your score by 0.5 or 1 band, which is a major thing in IELTS, like a major thing. And this is a mistake that a lot of students make, that they just read the samples, they don't practice. Make sure that if you want good scores, you are not doing that. You are giving enough importance. Whenever you sit to do the writing component, make sure you're doing writing task 1 and 2 in 1 hour. That will ultimately give you better marks. That is going to ultimately make you score better. Right? So I hope this session I know it was very quick and I included a lot of stuff. It's very easy. You can watch the detailed sessions on IELTS tutorials. You can write your letter, send it to us for evaluation. We'll be more than happy to help. Any queries, post it in the comment box. And I will see you next Saturday again. Bye, guys. And wishing you all the best for exams. There are a lot of people who have the exams on 19th. Wish you all the best. Meanwhile, if there's any way we can help you, please feel free to contact us. Bye.